Whoa! That was disgusting! Fish spit! Nasty! Oh, hi, boys and girls. You know what? Jonah had a lot of time in the belly of that fish. He had a lot of time to do some thinking. Do you ever stop long enough to really pay attention to what God is saying and to what you promised? It isn't easy. But you know what? It helped Jonah remember what was important. Slowing down long enough to talk to God is great. But slowing down long enough to listen to God, it's even better. Sometimes listening doesn't happen with our ears. It happens with our lives. And Jonah didn't want to do what God wanted him to do. So he ran. But he couldn't hide. God found him, and Jonah again tried to get away from God by telling the captain and the crew to throw him over into the ocean. So God got drastic. He made a miracle. So Jonah couldn't run anymore. He sent that big fish to swallow Jonah. Now Jonah had all the time in the world to remember who he was dealing with. Jonah was dealing with the God of all creation. And there is nothing our God cannot do. The mountains are His, the valleys are His, the stars are His handiwork too. And sitting there among all of that fish spit, Jonah remembered just how big his God really is. Jonah remembered he had made a promise to God. He made a promise to God because God is so strong and so mighty and so good. Well, he made a promise to go where God wanted him to go and to say what God wanted him to say and to do what God wanted him to do. Jonah finally remembered all of that. God let him out of the fish, and He put him back on the road to obedience. I hope that you never forget that our God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing our God cannot do. I hope you never forget that, because God is asking you to do some stuff too. And it might be hard sometimes. And you might not like it sometimes. God's going to want you to be nice to mean kids so that they can learn to be nice themselves. God's going to ask you to defend those kids that get picked on, so that they will know that not everyone hates them. God's going to ask you to listen to your parents, to love your brothers or your sisters or your cousins, because family is important. That way you can learn to love God's family too. We don't always want to do what God wants us to do. But know that everything God asks of us is because He loves us. Because He loves everyone, not just us. And so I hope you never try to run away from God. After all, we don't want that big fish coming back, do we? Hey, we'll see you later. Be blessed.